So, good morning, education official head teachers. On behalf of Aurobindo Society, I myself, Ajha, warm welcome all of you in the Project Inclusion Orientation session. In today's webinar on understanding learning difficulties and management in the classroom, we will be discussing how Project Inclusion application can help you and support you in identifying children with learning difficulties in the classroom and we Hilly Urban Society would like to make capable all the teachers so that they can provide the real-time support and help to the much needed CWSN children in their classroom. So this is the class, and with that, I would like to before starting the session, I would like to thank you, Mr. Hammerdaser, to give their time and support to be present in our session, sir. If you are available in the session, Mr. Hamade, sir, so please unmute yourself and please share your thought on this about this webinar. So it seems that sir is not present right now currently, but no issue at all. So with that thought, I would like to continue and with the session, and I would like to welcome all of the teachers and special educators and education officers. And please be in the session. While going through the session, I will also be sharing the link of our Project Inclusion app, which you can download and as per your convenience, you can complete all the modules. It has 17 modules, and all these small details will be shared by our master trainer, our senior trainer, Saransh Rai. Mr. Saransh Rai is in session, and I would like to request Mr. Saransh now that please, Saransh, take over the session and please do the needful and let's start the session. Thank you so much, everyone, once again, and Mr. Saransh, over to you.
Thank you, Pankaj sir. Thank you. Thanks a lot. So I really want to welcome all the education officers and teachers who have connected us today in this special webinar. As told by Pankaj sir, this is a special webinar because it is based on a very special topic on which we will be discussing today, and the topic is the project inclusion. Respected officers and teachers, if we discuss about this project is typically based on learning difficulties which are being faced by children who might be present in your school premises or even your classrooms. If we talk about these students are not able to read or write. Maybe their academically base is not strong enough, and moreover they are not performing good in their academic sessions. Despite teachers, we will be talking about these things, why students are facing these type of problems. Moreover, we will be discussing about the fact that how project inclusion will be helping you out to know the needs of a child at a micro level, and to know the needs of a child in a more effective and a better way. Respect teachers, if you have any doubt in this particular session, you can jot it down simultaneously while going the session in your respective notepads. At the end of the session, we will be discussing about your doubts, which will be presented by you only individually. And definitely, I will be trying my best to resolve your doubts individually. So, respected teachers and officers, I really want to present some of the data in front of you. If I talk about this data, these facts and figures, it is very important to know as a teacher, because if you talk about these facts and figures, when we're going to know about these facts, we will be able to work on CWS in children in a more effective manner. So, respected teachers, I have shared a screen with you all. You can easily visualize that a report was shared in the year 2019. This report was shared by Institute and Tata Institute of Social Technology. Respected teachers, I request you all to keep yourself on mute because some background noises coming that might hamper today's webinar. Respected teachers, a report was shared in the year 2019. The report was shared by UNESCO and Tata Institute of Social Sciences. According to UNESCO, India is a home to 8 million children with disability. If we convert 8 million into SI unit, then it comes equivalent to 80 lakh CWSN students are there in our country. Out of this 80 lakh students, 45% of them are illiterate. That means they are disabled and they didn't get any opportunity to get themselves educated. Respected teachers, if we talk about census of India, and that was done in the year 2011, as per the census, the total number of special schools in India are just 2,500. Here, I'm not talking about any kind of block. I'm not talking about a particular village, or even I'm not talking about a state. Rather, I'm talking about pan India. The quantity of special schools in pan India is just 25. If we talk about special educators who are being registered by RCI, their quantity is also minimum and they are equivalent to 1,20,000 plus. But at the other side of the coin, if we talk about CWSN, then their quantity is 80 lakh as already discussed. So here I would like to ask you a question, respected teachers and officers. Do you really think on practical parameters that 80 lakh CWSN can be easily catered into 2,500 special schools? If you really think it is possible on practical grounds, then you can go with your answer as in Y, that stands for yes, or even you can go with the answer no. If you don't think so, you can use chat box or even you can unmute yourself and you can go with your answers. One of the teachers has unmuted himself. So, sir, are you able to listen me? I'm audible. Freezer, sir. Okay. What do
Yes,
you
I'm
think?
here.
So, sir, you want to say something? You're most welcome into this webinar.
Okay, okay, okay. Thank you.
You want to say something, sir?
No, 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 no. I'm just hearing you whatever you're teaching, sir.
Okay, okay, that's great. Thank you. Thank you so much for
Okay,
connecting us today.
okay. Thank you.
So, respected teachers, do you really think is it possible to cater 80 lakh CWSN in just 2,500 schools? Sir, I request you to put yourself on mute, sir. Fraser, sir, I'm audible to you.
Yes, yes, yes.
Sir, I request you to put yourself on mute. Okay. Respected teachers, if you think over it practically, then definitely the answer which will be coming in your mind would be no. This is not practical possible.
Yes, yes. Mana-
Ripenson, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
yes, sir. Mm.
yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Thank you for your kind response, sir. Thank you so much for your kind response. I hope you will be responding us as per the as we will be proceeding with the session. Spell teachers, it is not possible. It is not possibly practically possible because
Bukan sama.
Freezer sir, I request you to put yourself on mute. I request every teacher who have connected us and officer who have connected us in this particular webinar to put yourself on mute, as the background noise may hamper the webinar. We are live on YouTube, so I request you all to put yourself on mute, respected teachers and officers. Okay. Respected teachers, it is not possible. It is not. Sir, I request you to put yourself on mute. Freezer sir. Freezer sir, I'm audible to you. Am I?
Yes, yes.
Sir, it's a request from the bottom of my heart to put yourself on mute. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. It is appreciated, sir. Thank you. So, we can't cater 80 lakh students in just 2,500 schools because the gap is huge. The gap is huge, but in today's session, we won't be talking about gaps. Rather, we will be discussing about the probable solutions. The probable solutions which will be helping us to bridge up the gap, and we will be creating ample of opportunities for CWSN students so they can get education in their respective lives. So, respected teachers, I really want to share one of the probable solution with you all, and that has been shared as in screen with you in your respective mobile phones. The solution is RPWD Act. The full form of RPWD is Rights of People with Disability. This act was introduced in the year 2016. This act says now it is time to teach a CWSN student along with a regular student in an inclusive school under a same roof, in a same atmosphere, and by a same teacher. We really need to do some modification and adaptation so that a CWSN could study comfortably with a regular student in an inclusive classroom. RPWD Act is a probable solution that will be supporting you up in controlling and minimizing the dropout ratio of your particular school. It will be further supporting CWSN so that they can fetch education in their upcoming life as a high grade education. RPW Act will definitely help us to bridge up gap on which we have already discussed upon, and it will be helping us to create ample of opportunities for CWSN too so they can get educated in their respective lives. This is a probable solution that has to be adapted, especially teachers and officers. If I talk about NEP 2020, then definitely we will be discussing about some of the important and prime highlights of NEP 2020. Our NEP says now it's time to aware teachers. If the teachers would be aware, then they would be able to understand the needs of a child on in a very effective manner. NEP says now we will be taking exams of CWSN as per their capability, their ability, and their capacity. So the assessment or the evaluation needs to be done as per the ability of a CWSN student. NEP 2020 says now the curriculum is flexible. The curriculum has been created as per the ability of a CWSN, so we can make a CWSN learn as per his ability, his capability, and his capacity. Respected teachers, NEP 2020 says now it's time to encourage CWSN so that they can use assistive technology in majority. That means they will be using more of assistive technology and devices. That means use of calculators and tablets has to be increased among CWSN. That will be really help them out to get education in a very simplified way. Display teachers, if you have a glance over your mobile screen, I have shared a screen in which you will be visualizing a picture. If you see this picture, you will be seeing a man who is standing in front of you wearing a blue sweater. Some animals are also shown in front in this picture, and they are standing in front of this particular man. The animals are students who have been depicted in the form of animals in front of you all. And the man who is standing, he is a teacher. This teacher is taking a exam for his students, and the exam is like the student who will be climbing up the cornice tree will be passing in the exam, and the student who won't be able to climb up the cornice tree will be failing in this exam. Here, I really want to know from you all what you think, who will be passing in this exam and who will be failing in this exam. Respect teachers, over to you. What are your views regarding it on the basis of your observations? What do you think? You can even respond with the help of the chat box, or even you can unmute yourself and you can express your views regarding the same. Okay. Respect teachers, if you watch or if you observe this picture keenly, The very first student has been depicted in the form of a bird. The bird will be flying up the tree. The second one is monkey. The monkey will be climbing up the tree. Penguin won't be able to climb up the tree. Rather, penguin have a capability to run at a very fast speed. Elephant is a huge animal. Elephant can't climb up the tree but has a potential to destroy the tree. If you talk about dog, dog would be trying hard to get over the tree, but ultimately at the end of the day, it will be failing in this. Here, I would like to ask you a question. The students who have failed in this particular exam, what do you think? They won't be do anything in their rest of the life. They won't be able to achieve anything in their upcoming life by failing in this particular assessment or exam. What do you think, this way teaches? Respect teachers, what do you think? Do you have any answer? No, it's not like that, because each and every student who is sitting in our class is unique. He has his own unique abilities. As a teacher, now we really want to identify them and motivate them to get success in their respective life by adapting and working on their abilities. So, respected teachers, here I will be talking about integrated approach. If I talk about integrated approach, CWSN category students were allowed to take admission in inclusive schools through zero rejection policy. I really want to highlight the name of the policy again. The name of the policy is zero rejection policy. But there were some loopholes, some gaps in the system and in the school. I really want to highlight those gaps and loopholes in front of you all. The first loophole was the teachers were not aware, they were not sensitized, they were not trained, they were not taught about how to tackle a CWSN along with the regular student in a same classroom. That means an inclusive classroom. The ratio of special educators were at the minimum side. The quantity of special educators were minimum in these schools. The curriculum was not flexible, it was very rigid in nature. Though teacher worked on this particular student, that means CWSN student, with their full effort, but their experiences on working while working with these students were as they felt that they are different from the regular student who are present in the class. They felt they might be they are not coping up with the class. They they have their own style, and uh, they are lacking in terms of the cooperation. They are not cooperating with the teachers, or even they are not understanding what a teacher is teaching them in a particular classroom. So, due to lack of experience and due to lack of training, teachers got a notion that these CWSN students should be and must be sent to a special school. These CWSN students were emerging as a problem for teachers. If we talk about integrated approach, the changes were made, but the changes were not appropriate. Here, more changes need to be done, more work need to be done with CWSN at a ground level. In order to get more changes, inclusion was introduced. When inclusion was introduced, lot of changes and modification were done in this approach. The very first modification was the curriculum was made flexible. It was seen how to understand these students in an effective manner. Teachers were aware. I hope you have attended some of the workshops on inclusion which were organized by your respective state government or your department. If I talk about inclusion, inclusion is also working on the same direction. If I talk about project inclusion, then project inclusion scores has been designed in the same manner. Its aim is to aware and sensitize teacher. It has been known that whenever teachers are sensitized, they work in more better way, more effective way with CWSN students. Whenever teachers joins in our particular session, now they are keeping their points as using child-centered approach makes child understand the concept better. First, CWSN have their own talent. With the help of professionals, CWSN can perform better. Flexible curriculum catering the needs of CWSN children. Respect teachers, now the changes are coming. Now the teachers are working hard, and they are also looking forward for different pedagogies which they are implementing in their own classrooms to teach CWSN. Now a teacher is looking over a CWSN and a regular student with the same glance, same sight in their particular classes. This is a very positive sign for it. Respect teachers, here I really want to ask you a question, but before asking you a question, I would rather want to discuss about inclusion. If I talk about inclusion, inclusion is only possible because of your support. Whenever we are talking about changes, the changes come from bottom to top. Changes starts from family. Second, it goes to school, and third, it goes to the community level. But whenever we are talking about inclusion, or in our particular country, teachers will be only responsible and in getting the inclusion in the country. Their support is required a lot, because the parent community of our country, they are not much aware about the fact inclusion. They don't have any knowledge regarding inclusion. Sometimes they don't even know their own child is having some type of child disability or difficulty. Here, the role of a teacher becomes more important, as you are the one who are awaiting a parent regarding different things. You are the one who are attending different trainings. You are the one who are working at a ground level with CWSN. You are understanding policies which are changing every day. You are the one who are doing the administrative work along with the prime task which are you performing every day in your schools. That is really appreciable. Respect teachers, I really want to salute you from the bottom of my heart for your work done that can't be explained into words. A huge salute to you all. Now, the inclusion is only possible because of your support. If we really want to work for the development of our country, then we really need to work upon the human resource of our country. We really need to get inclusion so that we can teach each and every child of our country and make them educated. Respect teachers, here I really want to ask you a question. The question is, do you think when a CWSN category student will be studying with the regular student in an inclusive school, he will get some benefits out of it? If you think he will get some benefits out of it, then please write why, else you can proceed with no. Respect teachers, what do you think upon it? What are your views? Your views are really very important to us. What do you say? Definitely he will be learning something, he will be getting benefits out of it. I really want to highlight some of the benefits which will be gained by a CWSN while studying with the regular student in an inclusive classroom. And the benefits are as they will be learning new skills through imitation. They have a opportunity to develop friendship with typically developing children. They will be getting ample of opportunities to get themselves enrolled in a nearby school. So, respect teachers, if you talk about a regular student, regular student will also be benefited while studying with the CWSN student. I really want to highlight some of the benefits, and some of the benefits are they will be developing positive attitude towards those different from them. They can learn from others who successfully achieve despite challenges. They have an opportunity to make a special buddy with whom they will be sharing their lunch, with whom they will be spending their quality time while traveling through the school bus, or even playing or gossiping in the playground. Respected teachers, I want to share some of these stories from India with you all. The first story is of Aditi Verma. Aditi Verma, 25 years old. She is suffering from Down syndrome. She lives in Mumbai. She is an entrepreneur. That means she runs her own restaurant. If I talk about Pranna Bakshi, 19 years, India's first model with autism. Ansh Batra, 14 years, autism. He's a painter and his painting is very well known in India and in abroad. Respected teachers, if I talk about Project Inclusion, then Project Inclusion was started by our esteemed organization, that is Sri Aurobindo Society, in the year 2016. In the year 2016, we started this initiative from Ghaziabad. We were giving orientation to teachers tangibly by organizing 4-day physical classrooms. From 2016 to 2020, we covered 14 states and UTs. We have oriented almost 20,000 plus teachers. When this 20,000 plus teachers started working on children individually, they shared a data of 18,000 plus students with us. The data were of students who were suspected cases of NDD. When we got this data, we started working on this data along with Government of India, and we did psychometric assessment for each and every individual and got to know that out of this 18,000 plus students, 6,600 were the students with NDD confirmation. They were confirmed cases of NDD. NDD stands for neurodevelopment disorder. Respected teachers, we started when we started this training, when we started awareing teachers, we started from the grassroots. We came to know the teachers were having very less knowledge regarding inclusion. The training was mandatory as we covered different parts of India, right from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, Gujarat to Bengal. We did a pre-assessment for all the teachers whom we have met during this tenure, and the result was similar pan India. And the result was only 1% teacher were aware about inclusion. After getting this result, we started giving orientation and we started sensitizing the teachers. After sensitization and the orientation process, we did the post training assessment, and after post training assessment the result was quite positive, because here we were able to convert 1% into 48%. Previously, only 1% of the teachers were knowing about inclusion, but after sensitization and orientation process, there was a great hike in the number, and 48% of the teachers were knowing about inclusion. Really want to say with proud that around 76% of teachers identified students correctly as confirmed cases of NDT. So this is one of the achievements of our organization, of our esteemed organization, that is Sri Aurobindo Society. Respected teachers, till March 2020, we were reaching out teachers physically, but after March 2020, we were not able to reach out teachers physically due to lockdowns that has been imposed by Honorable Prime Minister of India due to Corona. But here we saw an opportunity to develop our course into digital platform. We started the procedure, and today we are very well established in digital platform. Respected teachers, if I tell you about my course, our course is free of cost. That means you don't have to spend any single penny from your pocket. You can do our course by simply installing our application by clicking up the link which has been shared with you all in the chat box. Once you will be clicking over the link, a installation pop-up installation option will be popping up. You have to select the install button and you can get our application installed in your respective mobiles. As I already told you that our application has been developed in the digital platform, I really want to explain the digital platform along with an example. I hope every one of you who have been connected with us using YouTube. You are using YouTube as per your comfortability. You are spending time over YouTube as per your comfortability, and you are exiting it as per your comfortability. That means YouTube has no time limit. Similarly, our course has no time limit, no time bondation, no time specification. You can access our course as per your comfortability. If you really love to read before going to sleep, you can proceed with our course. You can do our course. If you love to read while traveling, you can do our course. Respect teachers. While exiting our course, if you are resuming our course the next day, you will be starting with the course at from the same point where you have left the course the previous day. That is the beauty of our course. You only have to give half an hour per day to our course, and you will be seeing that you will be completing the course in just 12 to 15 odd days. I really want to share some of the experiences of the teachers who have already done the course. They were so fascinated, so interested. They got so interested with the course that they completed the course in just 5 to 7 days. Respected teachers, we have segregated our course into three phases. The very first phase is sensitization. In this phase, we are making teachers understand about how to know the needs of a child with disability and how to work with them on a micro level. We are making teachers aware about inclusion, and we are making teachers to know about different pedagogies which need to be adapted while teaching CWS. If I talk about second phase, in second phase we will be helping you out to do the screening of the child. In the screening process, you don't need to maintain any kind of document. You just need to install our application. You need to answer some of the questions asked in the application in the form of yes or no in order to screen the child. The application can be easily downloaded with the help of the link which has been shared with you all in your respective chat box. Respected teachers, if I talk about phase 3, in phase 3, we will be supporting you up and you will be working physically with the students on ground level. In this particular phase, IEP will be implemented and UDL approach will be taught, so you can teach any of the concept in a very effective and simplified manner to a children. Respected teachers, if I talk about my course, the name of my course is Project Inclusion Learning Management System. Our course has been segregated into 17 modules. In each module, you will be visualizing an animated video. The duration of the animated video is 3 to 4 minutes, and the sample of the same will be shared with you all in upcoming slides. While going through the course, you will be enhancing your knowledge over ADHD, dyslexia, underachiever, slow learner, and these are some of the child difficulties and disabilities. If I talk about present scenario, we are available into prime two languages, that is Hindi and English, but in some days, in upcoming some days, we will be available into 7 regional languages consisting Punjabi, Gujarati, Marathi, Bengali, Tamil, and etc. Respected teachers, while going through our course, you can easily fetch certificates, but the criteria of the certificates need to be discussed. So going to the criteria to fetch a certificate is like, as I have already told you that our course has been segregated into 17 modules. After covering the first module, that is module SS, that is first module, going through the animated video and the reading material, you will be going forward with the post module assessment. In this particular assessment, if you score above 60%, the moment you score 60%, your certificate will automatically getting generated in the application itself. You just need to download it. You just need to take a copy of it, frame it, or even you can share it with your community. If I talk about final assessment means when you will be covering all the 17 modules and you will be going forward with final assessment. If you score less than 75% in the final assessment, you will be recognized with the e-certificate. But if your score is above 75%, I really want to emphasize on it again. If you score above 75%, then you will be recognized by a special certificate, special teachers. That certificate is known as Achiever Certificate. Okay. Here I really want to share with you all that recently we organized a event that was organized in southern part of India, and the place was Pondicherry. In Pondicherry, presently known as Puducherry, we invited all the teachers who have scored more than 75% in the final assessment. They all were recognized with Achiever Certificate by respected Governor Sahiba of Puducherry. So these type of programs and events we are organizing frequently, oftenly, in which we are recognizing teachers through higher dignitaries and through higher authorities. Respect teachers, if you have any trouble while using the application, or even if you have any doubt on a particular content, you can jot it down and you can join us in our online doubt clearing session, which are being organized twice a week. That is on Wednesday and Friday. The link has been shared with you all through the chat box. You can present your doubts or your troubles in front of our special educators and psychologists, and they will be definitely helping you out by giving a clarity on the doubt asked individually. So Wednesday and Friday, don't forget the days. You have any trouble, any doubt, jot it down. Join us on our online doubt clearing session. Present your doubts to our special educators and psychologists and get a perfect answer from their end. Display teachers, once you will be downloading and installing our application, you can access the application with the help of your Facebook account or even your Gmail account. You are signing as a teacher, so you need to go for the teacher option. You are comfortable with Hindi, go with Hindi. You are comfortable with English, select English as a language and proceed with the course. Spirit teachers, I have shared a sample with you all, and this sample is of reading material. You can read it or even you can skip it, as it is optional to go with the reading material. You can skip it off. But here I'm sharing a sample of animated video that has already been discussed in the previous slide, so you can visualize the
Inclusive
animated video.
education, introduction, understanding the past. Each victory gained over oneself means new strength to gain more victories, says the great Guru Sri Aurobindo. With this quote, he preaches us all to overcome our weaknesses and push ourselves over the limits of personal boundaries. We, as educators, should always try to guide our students in a way such that they will see no hindrance limiting their sphere of opportunity. With this thought in mind, let's begin with the session to understand the concept of inclusive education for the children with disabilities. In this series of videos, we will understand the meaning of inclusive education, how it benefits a child with or without disability, the family, the community, and all the professionals dealing with the child, and the competencies that an inclusive school teacher should develop. Okay, let's begin by getting introduced to the concept of inclusive education. Historically, people with disabilities were often placed in hospitals, asylums, or other institutions that provided little education. That is, they were excluded from the society. But at the dawn of the 18th century, this scene changed with the introduction of special education. The special education services was provided in segregated settings, also known as special schools. And do you know what special schools are? Well, there was a common misconception that these children needed a separate functional or adapted curriculum. Moreover, special schools admitted only the kids with a specific disability and not the ones with other disabilities. Slowly, this segregated setting saw a change with the introduction of integrated education. And what does integrated education mean? Integrated education shifted the placement of the children with special needs from segregated special schools to regular schools. However, this change was limited as the education for the children with special needs was only shifted to integrated schools without any curricular adaptation or modification as required for the children with special needs. These limitations, segregations, and integration led to discussions amongst the specialists across the globe, leading to the emergence of a new concept called inclusive education. So, what's meant by inclusive education? This concept involves including the children with disabilities into regular schools by setting up teaching experiences adapted to all children, thus expanding the probability of equal participation to enjoy social interaction, equal opportunities without discrimination, equal rights to get full acceptance in the society. With changing times, the aim of inclusive education also modified, currently stating it to be a school for everyone with zero rejection policy. Now that we know a little about inclusive education, let's continue learning about it in detail in our next video.
Respected teachers and officers, this was a small video, animated video, which was shared by you, and these type of videos you will be visualizing while going through our course. It is mandatory to watch the video. You can't skip it off, or even you can't fast forward. Here I would like to share a QR code with you all. By opening the camera and scanning the QR code, you will be getting our application installed in your respective mobile phones. If you really want to connect us in our social media platforms, you can connect yourself by clicking over the links which has been shared by you all in the chat box. Respected teachers, once our application will be getting installed in your respective mobile phone, then what to do, how to run the program. Here is a video I would like to explain with the help of an video. Respected teachers, if you click over the link provided, you just need to click over the install button. Once you will be putting pressing install button, then the application would be installed and you need to open the application. Once it will getting open, you need to select the language in which you are comfortable. Here we have selected English as a language. You have to select as a teacher, as you are signing as a teacher. You need to provide your number that will be called as a registered mobile number. You need to put up your password and you need to memorize it, as you will be accessing the application again with the help of the password only, which you have already chosen. Click over courses, and after clicking over courses, teachers, click on the launch course. Once you will be launching the course, our introductory page will be getting open. You go to the bottom side of the introductory page and click over the start the course button. Once you will be starting the course, you will be going through the pre-assessment. In pre-assessment, questions would be there in in MCQ pattern, multiple choice question pattern. They are organized on this particular pattern. After going through the pre-assessment, you can see the reading material. That is, you can see the animated video, which is mandatory to watch. After completing the video, you can go and proceed with the reading material. That is optional to see. You can skip it off and you can proceed with the post training assessment. So, respected teachers, this was all about today's webinar, which was based on project inclusion. So, if you have any doubt in your mind, without any hesitation, you can unmute yourself, or even you can use the chat box to present your doubts, and I will be trying my best to give a clarity over the asked doubts. How was the webinar, respected teachers and officers? You can also give your feedbacks with the help of chat box, or even you can unmute yourself and proceed with your feedbacks. Respected teachers and officers, over to you. Okay, as none of the officer and the teacher has responded, so I think everything which has been shared with you all in this particular webinar has been clear, and you would have no doubt over any of the topic. So here I would like to invite Samar Desar. Samar Desar, if you are available and you are listening to me, thank you, Mark sir or ma'am, who have shared the view in the respected chat box. Samar Desar, if I'm audible to you, I request you to unmute yourself and conclude the webinar. Samar Desar, are you available? Respected Samar Desar, am I audible to you? If I'm audible to you, then please switch on your camera and unmute yourself. Respected Summer Day, sir. Okay, I think Summer Day, sir, is not available. So we are concluding today's session. Thank you so much, teachers, for connecting us today in this particular webinar. I wish you a good day ahead. You can leave the webinar by clicking over the red button, which is provided to you all on the left hand side of your respected mobile screen. Thank you, teachers, and have a nice day ahead. Thank you for being with us. Thank you.